Russia announces space war on Elon Musk. SpaceX's Starlink internet constellation has angered Russia, as it was reported that the Starlink satellite constellation was used to guide and modify fire on the Black Sea's fleet flagship, the cruiser Moskva, and it sank because of that, and Russia is sure triggered. Keep watching to the very end for complete details on Russia's latest threat to Elon Musk. Won't allow anyone to militarize outer space. This was revealed by new data from the Russian Federation's general staff. Dmitry Medvedev, who has ordered to destroy the Starlink satellite constellation located over Russian Federation territory, the Special Military Operations Zone, and the Black Sea Basin in order to ensure the security of all units participating in the special military operation. He further stated that Russia has no intentions to militarize outer space, but it will also not allow others to do so, suggesting that it will take action against whoever tries to militarize outer space. During the examination into the causes of the loss of the Black Sea Fleet's flagship, Dmitry Medvedev said that Osipov IV, commander of the Russian Navy's Black Sea Fleet, would be removed, according to the State Duma. Starlink technology assisting Ukrainian drone units. Earlier, it was reported that Elon Musk's Starlink satellite technology is assisting an elite Ukrainian drone unit in destroying Russian weapons, according to the Times of London. The AEROROZVIDKA, which is a unit of the Ukrainian ground forces specializing in aerial reconnaissance and drone warfare, uses drones equipped with infrared cameras to observe Russian military equipment, such as tanks and command vessels at night. Moskva's loss, a serious blow to Russia. Moskva's loss comes as a serious blow to the Russian military, as it was no ordinary ship. It was the Russian Black Sea Fleet's flagship. Moskva was a floating air defense center with 3 tiers of potent air defense weapons, including 64 long-range S-300F missiles, 40 medium-range OSA-AM missiles, and 6 AK-630 close-in weapon systems. The sinking of this ship has left a big hole in Russian air defense in the Black Sea, exposing all Russian ships operating near Odessa. Moskva was patrolling between Odessa and Crimea on a daily basis, keeping the area clear for Russian forces to operate. Russia claims that the ship was an ideal target. Musk on the move. Ever since challenging Vladimir Putin to a fight for the fate of Ukraine last month, Elon Musk is renewing his calls for Russia's president to be stopped. "We cannot let Putin take over Ukraine," Musk said. "This is crazy." Musk's comments came during a recent interview with Matthias Dopfner, the CEO of Insider's parent company, Axel Springer, at Tesla's factory in Fremont, California. More than 10 million Ukrainians have been displaced from their homes by Russia's invasion since it began a month ago. More than 3.7 million Ukrainians have fled to other countries, according to the UN Refugee Agency. Musk said it was surprising to see such a war take place in this day and age. "I thought we had sort of moved beyond such things for the most part," he said. "It is concerning. If you can get away with it, then this will be a message to other countries that perhaps they could get away with it too." Musk also discussed the US government's response to the invasion. "I think the American government has done more than people may realize," he said, "but it has just not been very public. But it is important to do something serious." Biden calls Putin a war criminal. President Biden last announced another $800 million in military aid for Ukraine, bringing the total U.S. security assistance committed to the country to $1 billion in a week. He said the package includes our most cutting-edge systems, including 20 million rounds of ammunition, 800 anti-aircraft systems, 9,000 anti-armor systems, and 7,000 small arms, like machine guns, grenade launchers, pistols, and shotguns. Biden also warned Russia on Thursday that the US and NATO would respond if Putin uses chemical weapons in Ukraine. The US has accused Russia of committing indiscriminate attacks on civilians and other atrocities in Ukraine. On Wednesday, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken said in a statement, "Based on the information currently available, the US government assesses that members of Russia's forces are committing war crimes in Ukraine." In his strongest condemnation yet of Putin, Biden on Wednesday called the Russian president a war criminal. Rocket sales affected greatly. Russia is at war with Ukraine, and the world's richest man is at war with Russia when it comes to rocket sales. Musk took to Twitter to lob verbal missiles at the head of Russia's space agency less than 24 hours after the country announced it was halting supplies of rocket engines to the U.S. American Broomsticks. Musk tweeted, along with a video of recent SpaceX launch and a screenshot of comments made by the head of the state space agency, which suggested that the US could not travel to space without Russian engines. In a situation like this, we can't supply the United States with our world's best rocket engines. Let them fly on something else. They're broomsticks. I don't know what, said Dmitry Rogozin on state Russian television. What Musk thinks about a space war. Elon Musk had reacted quickly when he was asked by Ukraine's digital minister to send Starlink systems as Russia invaded the country. In the same interview with Matthias Dopfner, Musk, when prompted on whether there would be a potential threat if Starlink satellites were targeted by Russia and China, Musk said, "It was interesting to view the Russia anti-satellite demonstration a few months ago in the context of this conflict. It caused a lot of strife for satellite operators. It even had some danger for the space station, where there are Russian cosmonauts," he added. The Starlink satellite system is helping an elite Ukrainian drone unit destroy Russian weaponry, Insider previously reported. The system ensures drone teams can work even if there are internet or power outages. According to Musk, it would be challenging to take out the satellites. If you attempt to take out Starlink, this is not easy because there are 2,000 satellites, he said. He added, "That means a lot of anti-satellite missiles. I hope we do not have to put this to a test, but I think we can launch satellites faster than they can launch anti-satellite missiles." Russia struggles to explain Moskva sinking. Russia has struggled to explain the sinking of the Moskva warship, with military officials and state TV pundits offering contradictory claims about the incident. The flagship Russian military cruiser sank on Thursday, becoming the most significant and symbolic humiliation for President Vladimir Putin yet. While the Kremlin has refused to provide any details on possible casualties, it has backtracked on initial claims that all 510 crew members were evacuated. Speaking to LBC, British reporter John Sweeney said that the latest reports in Kiev is that as many as 450 Russian soldiers went down with the ship. Such a loss would amount to the largest number of deaths of Russian servicemen in a single incident since the Second World War. The captain of the Russian warship Moskva, Anton Kuprin, was among those killed during the attack that sank it, according to Ukraine. Mr. Sweeney explained, "Apparently, what happened, the gossip is, that they distracted the Russians with a drone and they were concentrating on that. They worked out that the main radar on the ship only has a 180-degree view, so they sent the missiles around the back and bang." He added, "The Russian version is laughable. It's a complete humiliation for Putin, but it makes you worry how nasty Putin will get, as he's been humiliated on land and on sea." Get your story straight. Russia confirmed that the flagship Black Sea missile cruiser had sunk, but claims it was because of an unexplained fire which ignited ammunition. The cruiser then capsized in choppy seas while being towed to port, according to the Kremlin. Ukraine has said it hit the Moskva with 2 of its Neptune anti-shipping missiles, a claim backed up by U.S. officials last night. Pentagon officials, speaking anonymously, also confirmed there were Russian casualties when the ship sank. Military officials and pundits in Russia have pledged revenge for the sinking, sparking ridicule online over the confusing accounts for the Moskva sinking. Russian-born U.S. reporter Julia Ioffe tweeted, "What I don't get is, if it wasn't the Ukrainians who sank your ship, then why would you retaliate for it?" Kevin Rothrock, who monitors Russian media, tweeted a clip of Russian filmmaker Vladimir Bortko practically weeping on national TV when discussing the sunk Moskva warship, shouting that this is a real casus belli for war against Ukraine. Mr. Rothrock added, "Except, oops, the Russian military blames it on exploded ammunition. Get your stories straight, guys." The families of the sailors aboard Russia's sunken warship held an unofficial memorial yesterday in Sevastopol, its home port. The ceremony was presided over by a priest with a wreath placed at a Blackfeet statue that read, "To the ship and the sailors." With that, we come to the end of this video. Consider subscribing to join in on our future content.